Hello, this is the second part of our tutorial where we previously drew the Sri Yantra. In this part I will show you how to draw the lotus petal boundary and the bhupura. First select the circle and then press the letter S to activate the scale tool. Now press Enter to open the dialog box. Change the uniform scale value to 106% and then click Copy. Press Enter again, leave the scale value as it is and then click Copy again. Press Enter again and this time change the scale value to 108%. Click Copy. Press Enter one more time, leave the scale value as it is and click Copy. Select these two circles and change their stroke color. This will serve as our guidelines. Let's turn on the guides layer. Create a new layer and lock layer 2. Next, select the pen tool and change the stroke color. Let's zoom in. Click on this intersection point, zoom out, and draw a straight vertical line. Select the line and then press the letter R to activate the rotate tool. While holding down the Alt key, click on this anchor point to set the rotation point. Type 360 over 32 into the angle field and then click Copy. Now press Ctrl and D keys several times to repeat the last step. Let's zoom out. We only need this line and the 5 lines to its left. Let's delete the other lines. Using the lasso tool, draw a closed path around all the remaining lines. Now press the Delete key a few times. Next, we'll create one more line in the exact center between these two lines. First, select this line. Now press the letter R to activate the Rotate tool. And while holding down the Alt key, click on this anchor point to set the rotation point. Divide this existing number by 2 and then click Copy. If you like, change the stroke color. Let's lock this layer and create a new layer. Change the stroke to black. Next, unlock layer 2. Select this circle. Open the sublayers of layer 2. The red square next to the layer indicates that the layer is selected. Now press the Ctrl and C keys to copy the circle and Ctrl F to paste it in front. And let's move the copied circle to layer 4. Close sublayers of layer 2 and lock it. And here is our copied circle. We will use it later. Next, change the stroke color to black. Let's zoom in, open the sublayers of layer 4 and lock this ellipse. Next, we'll create this curvy line. Switch to the pen tool and click on this intersection. Now on this path and on this intersection. Select the curvature tool and add curves until the line looks similar to this one. Switch to the direct selection tool and enable outline mode to check if the end anchor points align with the intersection. If needed, adjust their positions. Next, switch to the selection tool and select the curve. Press the letter O to activate the reflect tool and while holding down the Alt key, click on this anchor point to set the reflection point. Leave the axis set to vertical, then click Copy. Select both curves and group them together. Let's turn off these layers for now to get a clearer view. With the curves selected, press the letter R to activate the Rotate tool. Now, while holding down the Alt key, click on this intersection to set the rotation point. We want to create 16 petals, so type 360 over 16 into the angle field, then click Copy. Now press Ctrl D several times to repeat the last step. Let's turn these layers back on. Select the pen tool and draw a small curve starting at this intersection and ending at this path. And draw another small curve starting at this intersection and ending at this one. Switch to the Direct Selection tool and make sure that the end anchor point is aligned with this intersection. Turn on Outline mode to check again and make any necessary adjustments. Next, we'll add part of this circle's segment to the existing curves. First, unlock the layer containing this circle. Now select it, double-click on it to enter isolation mode, and using the scissors tool, create one cut at this intersection and another one at the end of this small curved line. Select the remaining large segment of the circle and delete it. Click outside the artboard to exit isolation mode. Now select these two end anchor points and join them together. Using the Delete Anchor Point tool, delete one of the anchor points. And repeat this process with the other anchor point. Select the Anchor Point tool and adjust the curve to make it look similar to this one. Next, switch to the Selection tool and select this segment. Press the letter O to activate the Reflect tool and click on this anchor point to set the reflection point. Leave the axis set to vertical, then click Copy. Select both segments and group them together. Let's turn off these layers for now. With the segment selected, activate the Rotate tool and click on this intersection to set the rotation point. Type 360 over 8 into the angle field, then click Copy. Now press the Ctrl and D keys several times to make more copies. Let's turn these layers back on. Lock layer 4 and create a new layer. Next, we'll create the outer square. Select the pen tool and draw a straight line starting from this intersection. And another one starting from this intersection. Next, select this line, go to Object, Transform, Move, set the vertical move value to -30, the horizontal move value to 0, and the angle to 90 degrees. Click Copy. Now press Ctrl D to repeat the last step. Switch to the pen tool and create a straight line from this intersection to this one, and another line from this intersection to this one. Select the top line and using the scissors tool, create a cut at this intersection. Now delete the selected segment. Select this line and create a cut at this intersection and this one. Now delete these two segments. Select this anchor point and move it to align with this intersection. Let's repeat this with this anchor point, this one, and this one. Select this line and delete it. Select these two anchor points and join them together. And repeat this step with these anchor points as well. Let's turn off the layer with the guidelines. Select this segment. Let's disable layer 2 temporarily to enhance visibility. Next, press the letter O to activate the Reflect tool, and holding down the Alt key, click on this anchor point to set the reflection point. Leave the axis set to vertical, then click Copy. Let's join these two segments together. Select both segments and activate the Rotate tool. Set the rotation point to this intersection and adjust the angle value to 90 degrees. Click Copy. Now press Ctrl D 2 times. Let's zoom in on this corner. Using the Direct Selection tool, select these two anchor points and join them together. Now repeat this with the other three corners. Next, turn on layer 2 and turn off the guides layer. Unlock layer 2 and expand its sublayers. Select these two green circles and turn off their layers. Let's collapse these sublayers. If you wish, expand the stroke panel. Select a desired path and adjust the stroke weight. You can also adjust the stroke weight of the entire layer. First select it and then adjust the stroke weight. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.